In today's video I'm going to show you how to transform your horrendous floating islands, like this one, into a beautiful decorated floating island. So let's get right into it. First thing that we're going to do is to decorate the stone part of the island and add some texture. The way we're going to do this is to use some different blocks like andesite, coal ore, iron ore, cobblestone, stone slabs, andesite stairs, andesite slabs, stone stairs, and some mossy cobblestone slabs. Just go around and add some small patches with different blocks like andesite right here. Add these small details all over the place. One thing to remember is when you add the ores, don't do it too much. The same thing with the mossy cobblestone slabs, because otherwise it will be a bit too much. With the slabs and the stairs, you kind of want to just make the shape of the island a little bit different. So this isn't this blocky, but you actually create some different in the levels, like here. There's small gaps like this and not these big gaps. Alright, and when you have some andesite, you use the andesite versions of stairs and slabs. As you can see, I've decorated it quite a lot, but not too much. You always have some details all over the place, which is a good balance. Next step is to add some vegetation and some spikes, I think we could say. By adding the spikes, you're going to want different walls, so andesite walls and cobblestone walls. And if you have like, where you can find an example, here we have a cobblestone patch, so then you can add some cobblestone walls hanging down, and don't make them go down too far, just a little bit. Like that, I would say. So you have these spikes going down. Now I want you to go up here, and as you can see, there's just a line of dirt and the stone. You want to level this out, so just break some blocks, add some coarse dirt right underneath, going down some blocks just like this, and don't make them go down 2 blocks every time. Go down different amounts. Even have them like hanging out here, or hanging down like this, or place a grass block, then build down. You don't want the dirt to just be inside the island, you want it to hang out. That's really important. So next step will be to add some hanging roots, especially right underneath the coarse dirt, but not on every block. And after you've done that, you can just add some on the island as well. Now you want to grab some vines and some glowberries and just add them a little bit all over the place. These will grow later on. This is personally, but I really like when there's a lot of vines and glowberries. Some don't like it. I really like it, so I'm going to add a lot of them. As you can see here on the other islands, they have grown a little bit too much, but I really like when there's a lot of it. That's quite a good balance, and we're just going to let this grow while we're filming the rest of this video. Alright, so now we have this top part, which looks quite bad, as you can see here. Therefore, the first thing that we're going to do is to add some elevation. So we're just going to get some more dirt blocks and just add some patches of it. The problem right now is that there is a line right here, as you can see. So just grab some dirt blocks, remove it, and replace them with dirt blocks. There we go. Now we have some elevation, which looks quite nice. And for the theme of this island, I'm going to go with other islands that I built right here, as you can see, which is these cherry blossom trees with some mysterious bamboo and rocks and pathways. So that's what we're going to do. I would say that we're going to add a large tree right here, because this is quite flat right here, which makes it possible to add a large tree. For the tree trunk, we're going to use dark oak wood, dark oak stairs, dark oak slabs, dark oak fences, dark oak fence gates, and some dark oak bottoms. Start off by just like shaping the trunk like this. You want it to like curve around and not go straight up. And I think that's maybe a little bit too tall. So if we just remove this, now you want to split the tree, which we're going to do. So place another block here, then just build out in another direction. We can actually add another branch going out here. That's quite good of a shape. Now we're going to thicken it up, which we're going to start at the bottom, and we want it to be quite thick. So just place a bunch of blocks, then going up, and you want it to be thinner and thinner the higher up you go. And as you can see here, I have some problems, and that's totally fine, because this is quite a crucial part and it's not very easy to just get it right, because you don't want it to be just a big blob. You want it to be elegant. So after you've done something like this, you want to extend the root, because that's really what's going to add magnificent details and make them maybe hang over the edge. I really like that detail. Don't want these sharp turns, so maybe remove that block. I think that's pretty good. Next step will be to level it out, because right now we have just used dark oak wood. So use some stairs and some slabs to like level it out. And you can also use the stairs and the slabs in the branches as well. I would say that that's quite good and not too much. Then you want to use the dark oak fence and the fence gates, like some roots, some smaller roots, just like this. And in the branches, so there's even smaller branches going out. And fence gates you can really add at the end of each branch, like this, because it looks really nice. That's at least what I think. The dark oak buttons you can just place wherever you want on the tree, just to add some small details. It won't really matter that much, but it's still a nice detail. Next part will be the leaves, and for those, I want to copy the exact hotbar that I have right now, which is 2 slots of pink concrete, 2 of cherry leaves, 2 of pink stained glass, 1 of pearlescent frog lights, 1 pink wool, and 1 pink stained glass paints. Then if you're on PC, it's going to be much easier, because then you can just scroll your mouse wheel while you're also placing the blocks, and you just want to create a general shape around it. And remember that it needs to connect to the different branches. Then you just want to create this leaf work going all the way up and creating like a, as you can see here, I built like, I don't know what to call it, but it goes up then down. If you just see in here, you want it to go down a little bit from the branches and then meet at the top. So that's what we're going to do. Will be easier to just spam a bunch of blocks going up like this and then connecting at the top, and then you can add a mixture, whatever you want. And as you can see, the shape is really weird. So we're going to add a bunch of blocks up here to make it a little bit more round. Right there. I think this is perfectly what we're going for. But as you can see, all of the leaves end at this level. So we're just going to build down a little bit. And you want it hanging down on different parts. And there we go. I think this is the shape that we're going for. And next step is to go inside and just see if it's too crowded or if it's just too thin. Like right here, it's quite open at the branch. So I'm just going to add a bunch of blocks right next to the branch. So it looks like the whole leaves are connected to the branches. Next thing that we're going to do is to add some spore blossoms a little bit all over the place, but you just want it to hang from the leaves and not the branches. And don't add too many, because yeah, you can see the particles. I would say that's quite many and enough. Don't want it to be too many. Then just add some podzol near the tree, because you want to create like small patches of podzol. You just want it to be close to the tree, otherwise it won't look very good. That's a quite good balance with podzol. And then you want to add some moss blocks and replace some of the grass with moss blocks. And when you have coarse dirt underneath, replace it with some moss blocks. And that's a good balance. Then add some moss carpets near the patches of moss, because otherwise it's going to be quite flat. Then comes my favorite detail, which is the vegetation, and we're going to use large ferns, pink petals, allium, pink tulip, peony, bamboo, and some string. To start with, place a bunch of ferns and large ferns all over the place, because these makes like the forest look, something like that. Then you can add some pink petals, especially underneath the tree, so it looks like there is falling leaves all over the place. Like that, that should be quite enough. Then add some, whatever this flower is called, and some tulips. Then mix this with some peony flowers. I don't know how to pronounce them, but it's the pink tall flowers. You can also, if you want, add some of these lilac, which also looks quite good, but you want to go with the pink tone. That's my rule. Don't use too many of the too tall block flowers. Just try to keep it not that crowded. But the thing that really adds the whole thing together is the bamboo, which you just want to place some bamboo. And sure, you could just build up the bamboo like this. But I like to bone mill it, because then you get these leaves or whatever it is on the top, which looks really nice. But remember to place some string over the top bamboo, otherwise it's just going to keep on growing. You don't want that. Add a bunch of bamboo at different heights, like this one is going to be really high and then some not as high. Same thing as with the flowers, you want to add a lot of bamboo, because it really adds this mysterious feeling, or whatever you want to call it. And that's just enough. As you can see here, there's some bamboo all over the place, and yeah. One final detail that you don't need to add, but I think really looks good, is just add a small rock, and it could be something fancy or just a pile of stone like this one. I really think it adds a lot of detail. Something like that, and then add some stone buttons on it, as well as all over the island, because that also adds some small rocks. Like, you won't realize that they are there until you actually walk on island and you will see them, because then you will see the small piece of details, and that's what really matters. And as you can see, this is a huge transformation for what you had before. On the screen you can see how it looked like before, and this is after. Like, come on, this is so much better. As you probably know, I just started out decorating this island today. I also have a tutorial on how to build a floating island from the ground up. So if you want to check it out, it's on the right, and click that, and bye.